Alright, you guys. So I'm back with another one, and with this one, I gotta tell you guys some good news, and I gotta talk to everybody. This is the extended video to the Waddies, by the way. But yes, I have finally, after 3 years, finally been approved to enter for the Waddies. And the reason I wasn't approved before is because they were just looking for completed stories. But this year, even if you have an ongoing story, you can still compete. So my advice to everybody is to enter. Why? Because there's so much that you can gain from entering, because this year they have a lot more categories. It's not just how it used to be where, for every category there was only one winner and then that was it. No, this time they have voters' choice, best characters, and stuff like that. Different things that go into it. So look, I don't care if your story is a lot of romance or a chick flick or horror or LGBTQIA, whatever story it is. I say enter it, because you know what? There is a lot that you can gain from this. You can gain readers, you can gain rewards, you can gain, you know, some serious notoriety. Because even if you don't win, right? The people that judge it, they have to read every single story. So let's say that you don't win, but maybe they read it and they go, this other guy's story won, but this one wasn't so bad either. And maybe they give you a recommendation or something. Maybe they call you up and they email you and they're like, hey, you know what, your story didn't win, but I'm actually looking for a story that's a lot like yours had some potential. Everybody's story has potential. Everybody's story has something to offer the world, pretty much. Because you know what, like, all right, here's my best example of what I'm talking about. 50 Shades of Grey. Not great on my part, but so many people enjoy it, despite the fact that there's so many people that hate it. So many people enjoy it, right? That's what I'm saying. So you might think that your story is not the greatest. You might not be the greatest story writer. You might not be the greatest artist. You might not have the best cover. I'm one of those people. I don't have a great cover. I can't even draw a cover, in fact. And yet, I don't even have a story that's completed. Mine's not even half completed. Mine's not even a quarter of complete. But I'm still going to enter. Why? Because look, if you went through all the trouble of writing that story, if you went through all those times of writing a story, wouldn't you want to take the chance? You know what I mean? Take the chance that you might enter this competition and you might not win, but life goes on. If you don't win, life goes back to normal for you. And if you do win, just, by some chance you win something, then life changes. This is why we enter it. It's not because I think I'm going to win. I don't think of myself as a great artist or a great story writer or anything like that. Every single one of my drawings that I published on YouTube, I published with that same exact mindset. My mindset wasn't, oh my god, this is my greatest work. I'm going to be so famous based on this drawing alone. No. My thoughts on every single one of my drawings has always been, this could always have been better. But I enter it on YouTube anyway because so many people look at it and they think to themselves, like, hey, you know what, this one's good. And I've had people tell me that. Same here. You might not think it's a great story that you write, or maybe you don't think you have the best cover or the best characters, whatever it is, but someone else is going to read your story while it's published on there. And when they do, there is bound to be someone out there, someone out there who's going to read it and be like, hey, I think this is a great story. I think this is a great character. It's got potential. And there's always someone out there for every story. There is not one person who hasn't published a story and never got a single read or a single fan. There is always a reason to enter these things. And you have from here to, I think, the 8th is when they said they would close the Waddies for judging. So my advice is go on to Wattpad if you have an account, check out your stories and see if you qualify for the Waddies. And if you do, my advice is, as always, enter and just, give yourself that chance. And personally, on my part, right, the reason I enter is because at first I was nervous, but after a while, what I started thinking to myself, it is kind of a confidence builder. It makes me really commit to something. Suddenly, instead of being all kind of bored with writing and everything, entering a contest like this kind of feels like I'm doing something with my story. It feels like I'm moving forward. in the idea of publishing my stuff and making it into something awesome. Now, my stories are mangas, you know what I mean? But I can't draw manga, so I decided to publish it on Wattpad in the form of just, literature, of just, regular writing. So, yeah, no drawings, just reading. But you know what? Either way, I'm still going to enter. So, hopefully, all of you guys will enter. And I've had actually, believe it or not, I can't recall his name now, but there was someone who won the Waddies once, and I mentioned in one of my videos that, hey, that'd be cool if someone saw my videos, entered the Waddies, won, and came back and, told me that they saw my videos. There was someone who won that, came back to my channel and commented under it saying, like, hey, I just won the Waddies and I saw your videos, bro. And I'm like, oh, damn. Like, that was a day that really got me. I was just, whew, could not believe it. And you know what? I should have looked up the name before this, but I didn't want to go all the way back to the first videos I ever made. But yeah, that's what happened. And like I said, if anything, I personally would just advise entering because, like I said, you have a story and it might not be the best, but there is so much to gain from it. And so hopefully you guys will enter. Hopefully we will all be entering. And you know what? Maybe one of us will win. Maybe one of us will take home the gold. And hopefully for those. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. This time they're not just doing one winner per category. They're doing 10 winners this year per category. So the competition's a little more, a little more better because now you have so many different awards that can be handed out, including Voter's Choice, which, like I said, for mine, I haven't gotten so many reads on my stories. I might put my stories down here in the comments or maybe in the description somewhere, just in case you guys want to check it out. Two of my stories qualify, and I'm going to put each one down probably somewhere, so that way you guys can help me choose on which one I'm going to get or which one I'm going to publish to represent me. Because, like I said, man, they're both good, but they're not complete. They're not even close to complete. But apparently I still qualify for the Waddies, so, what have I got to lose? So I'm still entering. And like I said, man, if you're still thinking about it, you still have time to think. And if you ever need someone that will just, kind of tell you it, like if you're feeling like, low confidence or whatever, you can always tell me, man. You can always be like, yeah, you think I should enter the Waddies? And my answer will always be the same. Yes, I do think you should. If you qualify for it, I do think you should enter because, like I said, man, your story might be, you know, it might be bad, but there's always someone out there that's going to look at that story and think, wow, this dude is a genius. And this happens to a lot of people, like Hot Ones. Hot Ones, when I saw it, I didn't think I was going to be, into that. But then I saw Hot Ones and I got to see the celebrities and, and eventually I got into that. Same with those guys that were on TikTok years ago, I think like a year or two ago, the Island Boys. No one likes them, right? But somehow they still went viral. Somehow, right? That's why I say people can be bad at something, but there is always going to be at least one fan. So that's why my advice has always been, if you have a story and you qualify for the Waddies, enter it. And here's how you would know if you actually can enter. By the way, you can actually go to, if you have the app. For me, I did it on the app so far. I went to edit. I clicked on my story, one of them anyway. You can click on each one of them, and above your story, it should say like, "Hey, congratulations, your story might qualify for the Waddies," and it has like an entrance thing right there. I might make a video kind of showing you guys what that looks like. But yeah, I just wanted to make this quick video because everybody in my house is gone, and normally I can't make videos with them here because in the background you can always hear them saying something. So yeah. But I don't know exactly what else to say in this video except for one thing. For those who are thinking about it, hopefully you guys come to the decision of entering and try not to stress too much about it. Try not to stress when you enter. Personally, just look at it as, hey, I entered with nothing, and if I don't win, life goes back to normal. Just try not to stress yourself on that part. Aside from that, all I can say is good luck to everybody. Hopefully you guys enter, and I'm happy to compete against all of you, and winner take all. and hopefully, you know what, hopefully we can all just get something out of it. And you know what, keep practicing, keep putting things up, you know what I mean? Uh, Hell, even for me, I think I'm going to be working on a cover or something for it. And I might put my stories down here somewhere. I put one of those stories on my playlist, by the way, where the main character is a girl, and I'm not trying to do a girl voice at all. Well, actually, I think I did. Yeah, I did. I tried to do a girl voice in one of them. Not fun. Definitely doesn't sound great. Sounds kind of cringy. So if you want to see some serious cringe, go to playlist. Go to my playlist, and then go to oh, I forgot what it was. Story. Yeah, yeah. I labeled it. I labeled the playlist as story. So go there if you want to see some serious cringe on sound, but you can also load on the volume.